Let's see, hopefully we're on. Let me double check. That's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to go, where are we at? 𝘱𝘬𝘢𝘴𝘢𝘐𝑚𝑏𝑖𝑎𝑛𝑑𝑜 playlist. I think we're good to go, bro. Yep, we're on here. Perfect. All right, we're live. Welcome, everybody. Appreciate you guys joining us once again. This is now episode number 22 of Tequila and Transactions. Got the background music going. We're fashionably late, getting the tequila ready for you guys. Hopefully you guys have a drink. We gave you guys a little time to get your own beverage as well. But more than anything, I want to thank you guys again for joining us. I'm here with the one, the only 𝘱𝘬𝘢𝘴𝘢𝘢, bro. What's up? How are you?
Doing great. Yourself?
I'm doing good, brother. I'm doing good. So 𝘱𝘬𝘢 is joining us today on our 22nd episode. We're going to talk a little tequila, most importantly, talk a little real estate. 𝘱𝘬𝘢 is one of my newest associates here at at Boulevard Real Estate. That was an inside joke for those who caught that. I used to be at 𝘱𝘍 Realtors back in the day and started Boulevard Real Estate in 2019. Last year had the honor and pleasure to be considered for Sites extended offering to be a partner here at my company, and started developing just an amazing team to service more families throughout the entire Northern California region. So 𝘱𝘬𝘢 is one of my newest agents. He has been around real estate for a long time and now is starting off his own journey to become a realtor and do some business of himself. He serves in Sacramento. I'll let him introduce himself a little more and give him the mic. And let me just start off by kicking off Tequila and Transactions, a little promo video, and then we'll go from there. Sound good, bro?
Sounds good to me.
All right, man. Let me go ahead and share the video here with you guys. We'll kick this off and then start pouring up some tequila. All right, everybody. Appreciate you guys once again for joining 𝘱𝘬𝘢𝘢 night today. This is Tequila and Transactions, episode number 22. Just to let you guys know, we are going live on Facebook right now. And those of you watching, appreciate you guys very much. I'm going to be monitoring the chat. We go ahead and turn the mic over, stop talking, and let 𝘱𝘬𝘢𝘢 introduce himself. 𝘱𝘬𝘢, let him know who you are, what you do, and pour you a little drink if that's all right, bro.
Sounds good. Buenas tardes. My name is 𝘱𝘬𝘢𝘢𝘢. I've been doing real estate, or I've been involved in real estate for quite some time. I will definitely be serving Northern California. So we're talking about Sacramento, Roseville, Folsom, anything up there. Definitely let me know if you have any leads, any questions, any concerns. I'll be more than happy to show you around. Like I was saying earlier, I've been around real estate for quite some time already. Not only do I want to sell homes, but also within the community, I am involved with homeowners associations. So when it comes down to homes and multi-level families, then I do have some experience there. Going even a little bit more back, right? One of the things that I started, like anybody, you want to own your own home. So that's where I started. Soon after that, that's when the whole decline hit and houses went down. I saw that as an opportunity. I bought a few homes. I became at that point in time, pretty much a landlord as well. So I had my own home. I had a few homes, so I had that experience. And the more that I started researching, becoming a landlord, more responsibilities, and studying and learning more about how pretty much the whole cycle of homes, and more than anything, how it all evolves, right? They say, well, make sure that always keep an eye out on what's going on within the community, what's going on in the homes, what's going on around you, because that's how you're going to learn. what to sell, when to sell, or I should say when to buy and when to sell, for those of you that want to be investors. I'll leave it at that. And
that's awesome, bro. It's a great introduction. I think a lot of people are kicking themselves. They didn't do what you did and buy more properties during the downturn in the market. So you guys never know. I can tell you guys that probably the best time to swoop in on an investment is when everybody's running away scared from it. So the stock market was a very good example of that, and during the beginning of COVID. And you just never know. Honestly, you have to just go off your gut and more than anything, take risks. With no risk, there's no reward. So, but that's awesome, brother. I'm really glad that you started that journey first, because it kind of gives you some perspective on investments and how to own property and how to maintain property as a property manager, because that's a lot of great insight and knowledge that you can pass on to other people, especially your clients in the future. So that gives you a little upside in that niche, which a lot of agents really don't venture off and do. Investment properties or advise people on where to look and stuff like that. So that's an awesome attribute. So I don't know if you want anything to chase it with, bro, but I got some sparkling water here. I got a lemon, or I got a blood orange. So up to you on what you prefer. I'd like to drink mine straight. So, and I don't want to get this seltzer water all over you. So what do you like? Which one do you like better?
I'll take the orange one.
All right.
Chaser.
Perfect.
Not so much as a mixer.
There you go. So what we're trying first, we're going to pivot to tequila now. I know that's your guys' favorite subject when we're talking tequila. So let us know if you have any questions at all revolving real estate, revolving Cesar's career, is anything property or management related, possibly anything revolving around real estate. We're happy to answer those questions. Also, we're happy to talk tequila. That's why we're here. So see a couple of you guys joining in. I'm monitoring the chat on my phone. So if you guys have questions, drop them in. Anything, let us know who you are, where you're from, so we can say what's up to you guys. And then we're going to start off first, bro. We're going to do a little comparison between two tequilas, right? So one of them is actually from Mexico. You probably already know which one that is. And the other one is from here. You can find both of these tequilas in Mexico and also here in the United States, but they're very different in the way that, number one, in the way that they are processed and bottled and now sold to the public. So we're going to actually taste two distinctive different tequilas. We're going to taste an añejo, which is Casamigos añejo, one of my favorite añejos, best, I think, for your budget out here. And we're actually going to finish this bottle, by the way. This has lasted a couple episodes. We've been kind of bringing it in as a comparison as well. But today we're actually going to be comparing it to a cristalino. And a cristalino is exactly an añejo tequila, guys, that's been distilled to remove its color. So it's been distilled one last time, makes it a little bit extra smooth, some people will say. So I'll let Cesar be the judge of it. I won't be biased. I'll let him try both and let me know what he kind of give us his unbiased opinion, and then we'll jump into some of our favorite tequilas and why where we drink tequila and why. So
absolutely,
without further ado, bro, salud.
Salud. Cheers, everyone.
Thoughts?
It's good. It doesn't burn.
So in a good tequila, everybody, that's kind of the reason why you go after añejos, or you go after better tequilas that are a little bit higher end, is because you don't want that really, I would say, disgusting and long, like really aftertaste that kind of goes from like the tip of your tongue all the way down to like your stomach. And it's more so just like a burn, like an awkward kind of like aftertaste. Casamigos is a little sweet. Añejos are usually a little sweeter, a little bit more oakier. But for me, obviously the main reason why this is my go-to is because you can drink it straight and you're completely fine. This was actually a little bit more room temperature. You can serve it a little bit colder, just depending on your preference, but also is can make a great drink as well. Always do a little seltzer water. I don't go too crazy, but Did you get that sweetness in there, or is it or for me, it's more of the oakiness, actually, to be honest, at the end. Get a lot of oak, like
I did, and it's good. It was good. It wasn't like many of the other tequilas. Obviously, when you're on a budget, you get almost whatever tequila it is.
Whatever's on the shelf, right?
So obviously, the lower end tequilas burn you as they go down, and then they stay there, and you have that aftertaste of alcohol, right, or rubbing alcohol. It doesn't have that taste for me. So
awesome. Okay, so that's bottle number 1, about $60 or so. Depends where you go. This is a Casamigos Añejo by Mr. George Clooney himself. So now what we're gonna do is, let me get rid of that. Let me try to get all that out of there. So now what we're gonna do, we're gonna compare it to directly imported by yours truly. This is a Antiguo Cristalino. So this is actually made by Herradura. So if you guys have seen Herradura before, it's a very famous brand. It has that same horseshoe on it. They have one out here right now called Ultra, which is very, very good. Not the same. Ultra is very, very sweet. They actually add agave to that tequila to make it a lot sweeter. But this is a little bit more smoother, a little bit. Well, it's a little sweet, but I'll let Cesar be the judge of that. I'm not going to give it away too much. I'll let him tell me how he tastes it. But reason why we know it's from Mexico, guys, is because it got the seal on there, seal of approval, no seal, no deal. So this is the Ricky the Realtor imported tequila directly from my luggage. So
the other thing to consider, and also to remember, how do you know if it doesn't have the seal?
that's true.
You hear that, Marvel?
That's the little filtration system.
Yeah.
So this allows for an easier pour. As you guys can see, we're talking about, this is like a rubber cork. Little sound effects for you guys, but you can see there's no filter system. It's just going to come directly out of the bottle. This allows for a little bit of an easier pour. Also allows it to aerate a little bit. And also another way to know is you look at the alcohol content right here. You guys can see it's only 35% alcohol right at the bottom. These are always going to be 40% here in the United States. This one, where does it have it? Right at the bottom there, it says 40% right under George Clooney. You guys see that? So that's another way to know too. The alcohol content varies 5% between one and the other. And the reason for that is when it gets to the United States, they're allowed to have up to 40%. So they max it out when they ship it out. So that's why when it gets here, they're always 40% alcohol. And then in Mexico, you're just talking about more flavor, better product. They don't need to add alcohol to it. They're going to make it the way they're going to make it. So
yeah. And then the other thing too, if you guys have a favorite tequila, let us know. Put it on the chat. Who knows? Maybe we'll bring it in next time around.
Yeah, we gotta. Next time, I'm thinking about bringing more tequilas that are made by like. Everyone tells me to try the. I think it's one of the Jenners.
Okay.
I haven't tried it, but like I was thinking about doing like an episode where we're just talking about like tequilas by celebrities. Like E40 has one, The Rock has one.
Mm-hmm.
I've tried them. They're pretty good. I don't know if they're worthy for the show, but there's plenty of options out there. It just depends on your palate. What do you like? When I go to Mexico, I'm always trying something different, especially if they got different, because everything's coming. I mean, there's always these different brands that are coming out, especially like some more of the smaller mom and pop brands too, which I brought on the show before, is a extra añejo from a distillery called De La Torre. And there's a new one actually that just came out recently, which I'll probably bring with me because I'm going to be going to Mexico in April. I'll bring it back so I can bring it onto the show. But there's a brand called Hacienda Tepa.
Okay.
Very inexpensive because tequila is very, very expensive. It's actually almost doubled in price in Mexico, if you guys can believe it. Not as bad as it would be here, but believe me, if you guys have seen tequila go up here, it's also gone up in Mexico. But you're talking about maybe for about 300 pesos, which is less than 25 bucks. You're probably talking about a $15 bottle. Very, very good. Not as good as this, my father begs to differ. He thinks that the 350 or 380 peso tequila is better than this one. And this one's not even that expensive, guys. This one's about a $25 bottle or so. This one's a little over 500 pesos, but I'll tell you what, it tastes like a 500 peso bottle, not a $300 bottle. The other one tastes like a $300 bottle, but everyone is different. My dad just likes himself a bargain. Yeah, I did say that. So when he listens to this, I'll remind him that yes, he does love a good bargain. So, but yeah, bro, you tell me what you think. Completely different, but the same, as in same. It's been aged around the same time. This one's just been distilled, and it's from the motherland. So, with that being said, salud.
Salud.
Cheers, bro.
Cheers. I like this one more.
I told you.
Yeah.
Can't beat it.
I like it more. Yeah, actually, it's way smoother. It's way smoother than the other one.
Mm-hmm.
And it could be also because of the context, right? It has only 35% alcohol versus the 40%.
So the reason why, yeah.
You know what? That does make a difference. Not only in taste, but you can also taste the full length of the tequila, right? Not just the burning alcohol. Because
Right.
a lot of the times, that's why you use. And now go back to our old college years. Right? We would buy cheap tequila and we would put Tampico.
Yeah.
I mean, we all know Tampico or Tampico.
Yeah.
It's very strong.
Yeah.
And that kills a lot of that taste.
Yeah, it does.
Right. So
it's like a sugary Sunny D.
Yeah,
Sunny
absolutely.
Light.
But with something like this, you know, you can definitely drink it straight.
Yeah.
And you know, I would say a lot of my friends would actually like it. So yeah, that I would actually keep this one in mind because it went pretty smooth.
Awesome.
I like it.
Well, the plan is to bring back a lot of bottles so I can give one to Cesar for coming on the show. That's always the plan, to try to bring back as many bottles. And for all of you who have been on the show and haven't got a bottle from me, don't complain because we drank my tequila. So you guys drank it for free. I didn't charge you guys anything. But anyways, yeah, I always try to bring back different bottles, new bottles. This just came out. A lot of brands are doing cristalinos now because it's very popular. It's very like more than anything, it's like a big trend right now in tequila making, that you make your own cristalino. So pretty much any brand you guys can think of probably has one out there right now. Anything from 1800 to Timador, like any major brand that you can think of, they probably have come out with a cristalino or thinking about coming out with one, just because everyone's shifting to cristalino right now because it's smoother. Honestly, tequila snobs like me, not at like a snob like me, but more snobbish than me, will say that it's not tequila. And the reason why I tell you guys this is because tequila is to be savored and enjoyed. Tequila is a thing that, you know, people, you know, it's like a peace offering. You know, you come over to someone's house or you gather. It's like giving someone a beer. Same thing, right?
Yeah.
You invite them over for a cocktail, and tequila is one of those things that brings people together. You know, creates memories. You know, storytelling, jokes, you name it. But people who really like to drink tequila love the flavor, and a lot of people will enjoy a virgin tequila, a blanco, right? Because they want that really raw flavoring, that really, you know, kind of the, you know, it's not distilled. It hasn't been aged in a barrel. It doesn't have any flavoring in addition to that. So I would say that, you know, for some people, this is not considered a tequila because it's been distilled, but everyone to their own. You know, I will tell you that it's very, very popular, even popular here in the States. You go to the shelves at any store and you see a crystal clear tequila and it says añejo on it. It's not a virgin tequila. It's been aged and then distilled. So, you know, that's the new trend in tequila making, if you will. So,
has anybody said what's their favorite tequila yet?
No, I haven't had anybody.
Okay.
JC, what's up, brother? What's your favorite tequila, bro? one of your chapter brothers on here.
Okay.
So Cesar and myself, we're also fraternity brothers, and we have a lot of the same friends, same colleagues. A couple of our fraternity brothers jumped on as well. They're being shy right now, but we're trying to ask them what their favorite tequila is, and kind of see, create some conversation with you guys. Don't just watch in the background. Let us know where you're at, what you're up to, what you're drinking on. It's about that time for a Thursday cocktail. Get ready for Friday, get ready for the weekend. So,
well, I guess I'll take any except for Presidente. So, if anybody
that's
knows,
old school, bro.
If anybody knows, tequila Presidente is a tequila you don't want to drink. Funny fact, that was the first time I had tequila was Presidente, and the next day was not that great. It was not good at all.
JC says he likes some mezcal. Mezcal is good.
I have some mezcals at home, so sometime
we'll Cesar's house.
Bring you over. Yeah.
Yeah, mezcal is the traditional, more indigenous way. It was the original way of creating distilling alcohol from the actual agave, from the plant, and then came tequila later, where they actually processed it, aged it, and took that process further. But mezcal is very unique in flavor. I actually was in Oaxaca this December that passed. I was in Oaxaca. Beautiful place. Was it December, November? Either which way, it was in the winter time, the holiday time. And actually, I've never been a real mezcal drinker until actually they taught me how to drink it. And a lot of it is the same way you drink wine. You have to really aerate the mezcal. You're not supposed to drink it right out of the bottle. They tell you that you have to, pour it from a larger distance to allow that high alcohol content to vapor out and pretty much to evaporate, so that you're left with more of a, I would say, not as strong product, because it has to aerate. So I actually was drinking mezcal out of a penca. So they took the actual leaf of a cactus and they were pouring tequila down the penca. I haven't put that photo out there yet, but it will be surfacing on the internet soon. But yes, I was taking straight shots from the penca of 𝘰𝘓𝘴𝘢, which was very interesting. But at the same time, the mezcal, that much smoother, that much better, bro. That much better. So,
yeah. So one of the things that I've also noticed, at least for my palate, is when you have some of the mezcal gives you more of a earthy, more of the smoky taste. So you definitely will have you can taste the difference. So if you are ever adventurous and you haven't had, or you want, again, if you just want to be adventurous, just ask for mezcal in your favorite tequila drinks. So a lot of it is a paloma, right, which is squirted tequila.
Yep.
Instead of having a tequila, ask for mezcal. Now, obviously, they might ask you what type of mezcal. Just say, whatever mezcal you have available, and then you'll see the difference. Even when you do mix it with squirt, you do have that smoky taste to it.
Yeah.
So for those of you that like smoky foods, barbecues and whatnot, some mezcal would be a nice addition to that meal. Going back into what we were talking about earlier, which was just agave and tequila. Fun fact, do you know the difference between agave and tequila?
I do not. For the purpose of this show, I do not know.
Just one of them is in Jalisco, it's bottled in Jalisco, and the other one is not.
Yeah.
That's the whole difference.
So yeah, you cannot call tequila without it being bottled in Mexico. In Jalisco, the region more specifically, they actually have the name trademarked. So anything that's grown out of the terrain of Jalisco is not considered tequila. You have to call it mezcal or something else. So same kind of thing with champagne, right? Like if it's not bottled in France, you cannot call it champagne. It's called brut or sparkling wine, whatever you have, what have you. So same thing, actual Jalisco, the state of Jalisco in Mexico has the actual trademark for the name. And like we were talking about, as soon as it leaves Jalisco, if it's not grown in Jalisco, if it's not distilled and bottled in Jalisco, you cannot call it tequila. So very interesting fact. Yeah, thanks, bro. I wanted to play dumb so we could get the information out there. But yes, I did know what that is, what it means. So it is it's interesting because like even like Scotch has to be from Scotland. I don't think whiskey has to be from Tennessee, but that's where it originated. And then bourbon is, I can't remember why bourbon, but it's all around, it's relatively the same. Bourbon, Scotch, and whiskey is about the same. But it's, called different names for that particular reason because of who owns the naming rights to that particular process. So very, very interesting for sure.
Yeah. And you'll see a lot of the bottles, even if you go to BevMo, Wine and More, your Safeway, Foods Co, anything like that, you'll see a tequila bottle and then you'll see a mezcal bottle. Don't be afraid of, again, open your horizons and get a mezcal bottle. You might like a little bit more. It depends on, again, all in your taste buds, because it's the same. The process is the same. It's just not distilled in Jalisco.
JC said that I put the bottle up because that he's currently into Clase Azul and Casa Amigos. We got one of your favorites on here, bro. Cesar and I already killed the bottle. But there was a mezcal that I tried. I think, what's the name of it? We actually drank it on the show. One of my buddies, Victor, is another realtor from out this way with Keller Williams. Victor brought, the name, I was like, the name's going to come to me, but it's a green bottle. Dang it, I got to remember what the name is, but it's a very, very, very good mezcal. And I'm not a mezcal drinker, to be honest, guys. Like, I drank a lot of mezcal and pulque when I was in Oaxaca, which was amazing. Pulque is actually like the juice of the cactus. Like, they take pulque and they can make like different flavorings. I had and it's supposed to, there's some alcohol content. It's a little bit stronger than kombucha and all that, but there's some alcohol in there because it's like fermented, like with the plant, right? I had tried a delicious peanut one. I tried a pineapple one. It was like the greatest thing ever. And then I had to slow down because I was remembering that there's alcohol in it. But yeah, God, it's called Fortaleza. No, Fortaleza is a tequila. Soledad. So I don't know. I'll make sure to bring that back on the show for sure. But it was a really, really, really good mezcal. It's in a green bottle, had like an orange and yellow label. But yeah, mezcal is unique because of the flavoring. It's more earthy, like Cesar was pointing out. A lot of times they pair it up with like spicy things. I'm not a big fan of like a spicy cocktail, but I've had some like really citrus ones that are really, really good. Just open up your taste buds, your horizon, right? Like go and check something out that maybe you haven't tried before. But yeah, Clase Azul, I'll just touch on Clase Azul as well, because one of our buddies, JC, jumped in here and said he was into Casa Amigos and Clase Azul. Clase Azul is an amazing tequila. Like, believe me, like, and I have to say this because my client and also my cousin is an accountant for Clase Azul. So I have to say it. Tony, I'm still waiting for a bottle for the show. Just let you know, we could have a bottle of Clase Azul right here, but I wasn't given a bottle to showcase. So on the next show, hopefully we get a bottle sent from Clase Azul so we can talk about it. But that's one tequila we have not brought on the show actually to drink, which would be great. But Clase Azul always goes a little step above and beyond. To be honest with you guys, they take very, very, they take a lot of pride in the finer details, like the clay bottle that's been hand painted, the actual bell that's on top, the actual metal cap is actually a bell. It wasn't intended to be a bell. Later, in the early years, they didn't ever polish the inside of the top. And later they decided to then finish and polish the inside, which then created a bell effect. So if you open it just a little bit to expose a little bit of a gap and you hit it on the edge, you're going to create a bell sound. All that stuff is very deliberate, but the bell thing was kind of coincidence that it happened. But if you order a shot or shots, I should say, of Clase Azul, or you're ordering a drink, if the bartender does not ring the bell, they're not doing it right, because they have to pay homage to the tequila and they have to hit the bell. It's part of the whole experience, to be honest with you. The white and blue bottle that you're all used to seeing is an actual reposado. So it's not technically an añejo, but they age it actually longer than everybody's reposado. It's almost an añejo because typically you're aging a reposado anywhere between 3 to 4 months, and they age theirs 5 months. So it's a little step further. I may be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure it's 5 months. And then usually an añejo has been aged anywhere between 5 to 8 months. And then their añejos are actually aged almost a year. They're extra añejos. It's a beautiful black bottle painted on actually with platinum, and the actual agave in the middle is made of silver. So you're paying over $1,000 for that bottle, but they're actually aging that tequila over 2 years. So you're talking about it's 8 years for the actual cactus to mature, and another 2 years of actually bottling that in barrels for 2 years. You're talking about a 10-year process to actually drink that bottle. So fun fact about Clase Azul, JC, I don't know if you knew any of that, but just throwing it out there, bro, giving you some fun facts about Clase Azul that I've learned over the years. So
what's your opinion about Super Añejo?
I think it has to be for the right person. You know, if you want something that, because those are almost for whiskey drinkers, bro. Like someone who really likes that dark, really oaky flavor. That's what you're getting with you know, añejos, and even taking a step going for like the extra añejos. It just depends on your palate. If you don't like that oakiness, that more earthy flavoring to it, like when you're drinking whiskeys or bourbons and scotches, you're not really gonna like an extra añejo because it has all the flavor of the barrel, like all of it. Like you're talking about, you're tasting barrel. So you have to be very conscious of that and know that you're getting a product that's been purposely aged to bring out those notes. If you like stuff that's smoother, you're gonna lean more probably on the blanco side. There's a couple good blancos out there. It's not something like this, but you're like Don Julio Blanco is always a really, really good one. It just depends on what you're doing. If you're gonna be making drinks and margaritas, don't go out and get reposados and añejos. Get a good blanco. It's gonna taste the same. It's even tastes better because they're a little bit sweeter and they're a little bit smoother. So don't go crazy and break the budget and go get Clase Azul to make margaritas. Get something like Don Julio Blanco or something that's more economical. I personally am a huge fan of extra añejos because I love whiskey, I love scotch, I love bourbon, I like dark liquors. Not a big fan of vodka. Vodka actually is on my shit list. I don't drink vodka at all. Nothing against vodka or anything. It's just not for me. It's not, you know, it doesn't do well to my body. Literally, if I drink vodka, I wake up the next day and I'll hate you because you made me drink it.
So no Clear Blue, no Smirnoff vodka?
Nothing, bro. I can't do it. Like every time I get really hungover or like I feel like terrible the next day, it's because I had vodka, so I stay clear from it. But yeah, I mean, more than anything for me, it's the añejos all day. Like I like dark liquor. I like the oakiness.
Okay. And funny that you say that the darker you go in alcohol, right, then you hit into, you're kind of crossing over into, when it comes down to those bourbons, to that whiskey. So that's also the other thing to consider, right? As we mentioned, when you try different tequilas, then you have to make sure that you taste them all. You know, I'm saying, from my experience, anything that costs under $20, it's probably going to be not that great. But if you're looking at anywhere from 50 to 100, you're going to be in a really at a good price. Anything above that 100, from my experience, I potentially don't see it as worth it for just kind of relaxing and chilling, you know, still having a conversation.
Right.
Anything over 100, it's more of like, oh, wow, have you had this tequila?
Mm-hmm.
Right. It's not something that you want to hang out with the boys or hang out with the, you know, your girl and drink or anything like that. Why? Because anything over 100, you just don't want to drink it over one night. You want to just, you know, sip it here and there.
Exactly.
One of my favorites, actually, it's obviously this is going to be, I'm going to have to try it again, right? So I do have a few other favorites that I have out there, but blending over onto whiskeys and bourbons. And I know it's not about whiskeys and bourbons, but that's also another thing that you have to kind of try out.
Right.
You know, you might say, oh, I don't like them, but I do like extra añejo. you're literally going to be trying out similar to a whiskey.
Yeah, you just haven't had the right whiskey. That's the
That
problem.
is correct.
Yeah.
So if you do want to try any whiskeys, let us know in the notes. I'll send you some good whiskeys that I like. And maybe, I don't know, maybe tonight we'll go and try some whiskeys that
There
you
you
like.
go. You like Whistling Pig, or what do you like?
I try Whistling Pig. Not a big fan. I
No.
have the 10 and the 15 year.
Your what is it called? The Van Winkle.
You know what? My good old favorite one is Hayden Basil.
Okay.
Hayden Basil. It's a
Okay.
good price bottle. It's about $40, and it's, I don't know, I like it.
Have you had Mitchers before?
I had Mitchers. Yeah.
Mitchers American whiskey. I was very, very surprised. One of my good friends, John Daco, shout out to you, my man. He got me a bottle, and I was like, "This is some really, really good whiskey." And it's not that expensive. It's just not always you're gonna find it in a bar unless you go to a whiskey bar. There's a really, really good one in Concord called Hop and Scotch. Great place to go have a drink. Hop and Scotch, if you're listening to this, we do take donations and sponsorships. But Hop and Scotch is a really, really cool place because they have a lot of whiskeys that are very, very flavorful. What else can I tell you guys? It just depends on your palate. It's like wine, guys. You got to go and explore different things. Don't just stay on one lane and do that. Go and explore your
Try it
palate.
out.
Yeah,
Try it
you
out.
never know.
You
Never
know,
know.
one of my favorite things, if you want to try out something that is not as strong, Canada whiskey,
Mhm.
things usually be smoother. That's what I've noticed so
Yeah.
far. Some Canada whiskey, it's because it's a little bit on the sweeter side. So if you are used to taking tequila shots and drinking tequila, some of that kind of whiskey is gonna be nice and sweet. The all-time favorite, Jack Daniels, right? If you are getting started with Jack Daniels, it's time to upgrade. There's a lot more than just Jack Daniels out there. There's plenty more. But bringing it back to tequila, though, my all-time favorite, and I'm gonna make a big distinction of the Marble Centenario. You buy Centenario here, I don't like it. You bring me a Centenario bottle, it's my favorite.
Yeah.
You will taste the difference.
Yep.
I've and my wife can actually attest to this. We went to an event and they have Centenario from Mexico. And I just kept on pouring and drinking, pouring and drinking and chatting it up.
Yeah.
And next thing I know, I come back and the bottle is empty. And my wife was like, "You're not drinking anymore." I was like, "Well, why not?" She's like, "Because that you drank the whole bottle." So Centenario from Mexico.
Right.
Same thing as avocados from Mexico.
Yeah.
It tastes different.
Yes,
You'll
does.
definitely notice the difference because I had Centenario before and I wasn't a big fan. But then I tried Centenario from Mexico and again, and it could be again because of that 5% difference.
Right.
But even then, that small 5%, at the end of the day, when you finish a whole bottle versus just 3-4 shots, it makes a big difference.
It 100%.
Hangovers
Yeah.
makes a big difference. You don't
Yeah.
get that big headache at the next day.
No, it's because you're drinking good tequila that doesn't have extra added alcohol to it.
A well-balanced tequila.
Yeah, we actually did that on the show. I actually brought 2 Centenarios and I didn't show, it was one of my friends who came onto the show, Victor, and I didn't show him which was which. I had him, I was like, "Try this one." And I gave him the American one first. And he's like, "All right, yeah, it's pretty good." I was like, "All right, now try this one, same bottle." And he's like, "No." He's like, "No," he couldn't believe it. He's like, "There's no way this is the same bottle." Like, it's the same bottle. One is here that they sell you here, that's 40% alcohol. And the other one is actually, I brought it from Mexico, that's 35%. Night and day difference. The flavor, the everything. It's like tequila is everything as far as flavor. You have to have the taste of actually tequila, of the agave, of the oakiness if it's an añejo, right? But when you have that actual, like, that alcohol flavoring at the very end where it's like heavy, it ruins it. Like, the palate is like you're overpowering your palate with alcohol, which is not going to allow for a good experience. So definitely a big difference, big distinction. That's why I stick to seal.
Yeah.
The seal is the deal for sure. Well, bro, I think I'm gonna serve me another one. Do you want to finish off the Casamigos or you want to go with this one?
I'll stay with the Antiguo.
Okay.
Again, it was a bit smoother for me. I like it more, so
I'll top this one.
I'll stay with that one.
You want the shot glass or you got the canica in there, so you can at your leisure, bro. At your leisure. So
we'll do the whole bartender thing, right? 1, 2, and 3.
there you go.
So how many ounces it is? Because again, it is measured, and the little marble gives you that freedom to measure it.
Well, it's been an awesome show thus far. We covered some bases here. We talked a little bit of whiskey. We talked mezcal. We talked different tequilas. So just to bring it back full circle, just want to let you have the floor and let everybody know where they can find you. You know, do you have a Instagram or where they can look you up, and how can they contact you?
I do, as a matter of fact. So again, I am located in Sacramento. So one of the things that you guys can definitely do.
Classic realtor. He pulled out business cards from his pocket.
You gotta be ready. You gotta be ready. Yeah, I'll give some of my information.
Yeah.
So for now, you could always give me a call, 916-616-2184. Send me any text, any questions. Or if you do have a lot more questions, we could always chat or by email.
Yeah.
So you can definitely contact me at 𝘱𝘳𝘢𝑡𝑒𝑠𝑎𝑟@𝑏oulevardeastbay.com. So you can email me there. Some of the information. So once we do post it, we'll have that in there, the link.
Yep.
Again, I'll be more than happy to chat with you guys. And not necessarily, again, if it's, I'm not sure if I want to buy now. It's perfect because you know what? I'll get to answer those questions for you. Cesar, do you see the mortgage industry going up, going down? How do you see all of this with even now, right? I mean, I don't want to be a Debbie, like I don't want to bum it out, but like with the war and everything that's going on, right? Like, how is that going to hurt us? Is it going to hurt us? Is it going to help us? Let me know, and again, that's one of the reasons why I got into realtor, to become a realtor, because that way I'm in the know. Right? And if you have any questions, it doesn't, just because you contact me doesn't necessarily mean you're going to buy from me. I understand that you might have your cuñado, right? Because it's your cuñado, your hermana. It's cool,
Right.
No hurt. You don't hurt my feelings. But at least I want to get that information out there, because at the end of the day, the more you know, the better prepared you are.
Exactly.
Because again, I do say this for those first-time home buyers, or for those that do want to buy your second home, or for those that want to be an investor and say, hey Cesar, you know what? I want to be an investor. Let me know. Hey, let me know. I also want to be an investor. And there's so many things that we can do out there within the mortgage industry. And not to say that, hey, we should stick with homes. Obviously, that is my concentration within homes. But if it's anything else that interests you, we can chat. We can go from there.
Love it, brother. And you also have an Instagram, right? It's Cesar?
Yep.
What is it? What's your handle again?
Let
me double check for you.
Let's double check, because I'm not sure on it.
Yeah, it is Cesar. Tell you right now. Oh, actually, it's Vaca. It's your last name. It's VACA 916. So don't forget, it's Sacramento area code. So VACA 916. Go follow Cesar. Let us know whatever we can do to help you guys. We have you guys covered throughout Northern California. And if not, we have agents and partners all throughout California and across the nation. We're part of a huge brokerage that has assistance throughout the country. So whatever you can do, whatever you need from us, we're always happy to help you guys. Go follow Cesar. Reach out to him for all your real estate needs. The man is a genius. He knows what he's talking about. He's been around it for many, many years, has seen the market up and down, he's invested himself. So he knows the ins and outs. He can definitely help you guys and guide you guys on the right path. So appreciate you again, bro. You don't got to go, but you guys got to leave. We're going to probably stick around here a little bit longer, chat it up, but we're always here to help you guys. We're always here to assist. That's what we do. This is our business of pleasure. We chose to be realtors for a reason, to serve our people, to serve our clients.
Absolutely.
So whatever we could do to help you guys, don't hesitate to reach out. Once again, it was an honor and a pleasure to have you guys. Tequila Transactions. This was 22. Hope to see you guys on the next one. We're going to have some great guests coming up. Hope more tequila for sure. So what better can you ask for? So salute to all you guys. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you guys soon. Cheers.
Cheers.
Thanks, guys.